Okay, let's unpack this. I mean, imagine a single company putting at least $20 billion into one state. That number alone, it really makes you stop and think, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. And that's what this deep dive is all about, looking at the material you shared on Amazon's, well, frankly, massive commitment to Pennsylvania.
Exactly. So our mission today is to, jump into what the sources say, get past the headlines a bit, and really explore the details, the scale, and what this all means.
And the core thing we found, it's that commitment. Minimum $20 billion for building these advanced AI and cloud data centers right across the Commonwealth.
And the sources we looked at really stresses this point. It's not just big, it's historic. Like the largest private sector investment Pennsylvania's ever seen.
Yeah, that's huge. And they're not just building one big facility. We're talking multiple innovation campuses.
Right, campuses, plural.
Uh-huh. Spread out. The initial spots mentioned are in Salem Township, that's Luzerne County, and Falls Township over in Bucks County.
So a network, really, not just one point on the map. And an investment this size isn't just about the tech hardware, right? It means jobs.
Definitely. The sources point to, I think, over 12,250 new high-skilled tech jobs directly from Amazon.
Okay, 12,250 direct jobs.
Plus, thousands more you'd expect in construction to build these things, and then in the supply chain that supports them.
And you see some quotes in the material that really hit this home. Governor Shapiro, he's quoted saying it shows Pennsylvania is competing again.
Right, framing it as a major win for the state. He emphasizes it's the largest private investment period.
And Amazon's side, David Zapolsky, reinforces that. He talks about advancing AI innovation and creating, lasting economic opportunities locally.
So it's presented as this dual boost tech forward and economy forward.
Makes sense. Does the source material place this in like a bigger picture? Is this just Pennsylvania or part of something more?
It does, yeah. It notes this is part of Amazon's much wider global push on infrastructure. They mentioned, for example, about $10 billion announced just days before in North Carolina, and over $5 billion for similar stuff over in Taiwan. So Pennsylvania is a big piece, but part of a global strategy.
Got it. So this massive global plan has a major piece landing right there in PA.
Yeah.
Now, when something this big hits communities like Salem and Falls Township, it's got to be more than just the data centers themselves.
Exactly. And the sources highlight that. There are these associated workforce and community programs Amazon's launching alongside the tech investment.
Okay, so what kind of programs?
Well, it seems to be a mix. Funding for sustainability projects, setting up digital skills training, supporting STEM education statewide, and even money for community health initiatives.
Oh, pretty broad community focus.
Seems like it. They even kicked off a specific fund, the Northeastern Pennsylvania Community Fund.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, run by a nonprofit called ChangeX. Initial funding is about $250,000 given out in small grants, like up to $10 K each, for local projects.
So direct local impact baked in from the start.
Right. It really shows that dual purpose you mentioned earlier. On one hand, strengthening the communities with jobs and these local initiatives.
And on the other,
advancing their tech capabilities significantly. These centers are explicitly about boosting America's tech infrastructure.
For AI, right, you mentioned that.
Exactly. Providing the sheer computing power and storage needed for developing things like generative AI, agentic AI. The really cutting-edge stuff.
And that infrastructure, it's not just for Amazon's own use, is it?
No, not at all. That's a key point in the material. AWS, their cloud service, relies on these data centers. And millions of other businesses, startups, big companies, even government agencies, they all run on AWS.
So building this capacity in PA helps fuel innovation across the board.
Pretty much. It supports that whole ecosystem and, helps secure U.S. leadership in tech globally.
Okay. So stepping back, you have this immense scale, $20 billion plus. You have the specific focus on AI and cloud. You have the community elements.
Right. It really makes you think, doesn't it? Considering just how huge this investment is and where it's targeted, that high-end AI infrastructure, what does that signal?
What's it signal about? Where tech is heading?
Yeah, like where is the core of American tech innovation maybe shifting towards? And how could these specific new campuses, strategically placed, reshape that whole landscape in the coming years? It's definitely something to keep an eye on as this all develops.